So now we will take a look at the HTML file first. So you see inside of my HTML file, I have an empty div here. I have given it the ID of print here. You can name it anything you want. So I'm going to print something inside of this div. All right. And right below it, you see I have a button on the page. And this is that button. It has a class name. So I have given it the class of my button. It says show. So whenever I click on it, I'm going to do something. Actually, I'm going to change it to create because this will create an element. All right. And right here at the very end, I have the source for my JavaScript file. So if you don't know how to link your JavaScript and stuff like that, watch my previous video. Anyways, let's go to the JavaScript file. So inside of the JavaScript file, you see I have nothing in there. So I have no program. So the first thing that I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to select this button and I'm going to store it in a variable. So I'm going to say let my button, you can name it anything you want, equals to document dot, and then I have given it a class name. So I'm going to say dot query selector and open two parentheses. So when you open two parentheses, you add two single quotes inside of it. So two single quotes inside of it, or you can use double quotes, it's up to you. But I use single quotes because I want to be more consistent and I don't have to use shift to add two quotes. So I'm going to add the name of that button. So you see I have given it the class of my button. So I'm going to copy this. So I'm going to copy it and go here and paste it there. And I'm going to add a semicolon at the end of it. All right. So now I have that button in my hand. So I have stored it inside of this variable. So whenever I click on that button, I want to do something. So to do that, make a function. So I'm going to say function. This will say create element. All right. So create element because we're going to create. Actually, I'm going to say elements because we're going to make 2 or 3 elements. So I'm going to open two parentheses and two curly braces, just like this. So inside of this function, we are going to create an element. So we can say let age1 equals to document dot create element, and you open two parentheses and two single quotes. So inside of the single quotes, you can add what element do you want to create. I'm going to type in age1. So we are going to make an age1 element. You know, we have the age1, but now it doesn't have a text. So we will have to say age1 dot inner HTML equals to, and you can add some text here. So let's say best donuts. And then right below it, we will have to attach it or append it to an element. So right here, you see, we have this div with the ID of print here. So I have given it the ID of print here. I'm going to store that in a variable real quick. So I'm going to say let my div equals to document dot. Then I'm going to say get element by ID. So I have given it an ID, and right here I will add the print here. So I'm going to copy it from the HTML and paste it inside of this get element by ID. So I have that ID there, I have that element, and I have stored it inside of my div. So we have that there, and you see I've noticed that I have made a mistake here. You see, for the query selector all, because it's a class name, we'll have to use a dot before the name of that class name. All right, so I have noticed that I've added a dot there. So now we are going to go to the next line inside of the function. So I'm going to say my div. All right, so we have our div here. You see my div. my div dot append. So we are going to say append. So when we append, we are attaching something to it. So what do I want to append here? So I want to append the age 1 here. My div dot append followed by age 1. And now you see if I click on this create, it doesn't do anything yet because I have not attached this function to any elements. You know, there are two ways that you can attach this function to an HTML element. So I can go here and I can go to the button. So this is the old way, by the way. You can go to the button and you can say on click. So whenever I click on it, you say equals to two quotations. So on click, oops, what happened here? Just one sec. Sorry. So I'll say on click, right? So on click equals to, and then two quotes. Okay, so whenever I click on it, I want to run a function. So I can basically run this whole thing. So I'm going to copy this, the name of the function. So I copied the name of the function with the parentheses, and I'm going to paste it inside of these codes. So now if I click on this button, it should run that function and create an element. So 1, 2, 3. Best donut ever. And you see, if you click on it again, it's going to say it again and again and again. So this is basically how you do it. But you see, instead of saying on click and adding the name of the function, there is another way that we can attach this event to the same button. So you see, because we have stored that element, all right, with the query selector inside of this variable, my button. So I can say my button to select that button, and I can say dot to add a property. So I'm going to say add event listener. So add event listener. So what this does is that it's going to add a listener to it. So whenever I click on it or I hover the mouse over it, so you say name of the variable, because it stores that element, and you see it up here when I highlight it, you see it up here. So add event listener, and then you open two parentheses. So inside of the parentheses, you add two single quotes. So inside of the single quotes, you can say click, comma, and then you add the name of the function. So I'm going to say create element. Create elements, that's the name of the function. You see, could not find create elements. How come it's not, could not create elements? This is weird. So, okay, that was the IntelliSense. Sometimes it makes mistakes. So now if I click on it, it should do the same thing. So if I click on create, you see it does that, and it's going to do it over and over again. So now, you know, a lot of people make the mistake. They add the name of the function, which is create elements, and they add two parentheses right after it here. So if you add two parentheses right after it, it's going to run the function for you, and it's not going to wait for your call, all right? But make sure that you don't add the parentheses after the name of the function. So make sure that you say click, just like this, and then create elements, and keep it like that. Don't add the parentheses after the name of the function. This is it, and right here you see we can add another element. So right here, let's say that we want to create an image element. So I'm going to say let image equals to document dot create element, open two parentheses, two single quotes. I'm going to say image to add the image. All right, so now the image source, so image.src equals to, and then I'm going to say dot forward slash. So I have an image here. You see, if you add dot forward slash, the VS Code is going to show you a list of your images. So I'm going to go with donut 3, just like that. And right below it, I'm going to say image.width to change the width. So the width is going to be 200, and image.height equals to 200. If you want to add an alt, you can say image.alt, and just add a string there. So I'm going to say my best donuts. Okay, and finally we'll have to append it just like the other one, but we are not going to use append. We are going to use append child when it comes to images. So I'm going to say my div dot append child. So we are going to append something lower. All right, so we are going to say append child and open two parentheses. And what do we want to append? We are going to append the image. So this image here that we are creating. So if I click on create now, it should create an H1 element and this image. So let's click on create. You see it has added this image. It says best donuts, and it says create again. But if I click on create again, you see it's going to create it another time. So maybe I should stop this somehow from creating it further. So now you see if I click on create, it's going to run this code, but you see it still has this create button. And if I click on again, it's going to show it to me again. So this is not what I want. I want to basically click on create and hide this button. So to hide this button, we are going to select that button. You see I have my button here. So my button. So I'm going to say my button dot style. We are going to say dot again. So my button dot style dot display. So display equals to, and then we are going to add the word none here. So we are changing the CSS style to none of this button. So if I click on it, you see it hides that button. So now the user is unable to create further elements. The same thing, but we don't want that. So I hope that you liked this video, everyone.